What is up, YouTube and all my fish keeping friends? How y'all doing out there in Fish Tank Land? I'm just getting back into my house from running around in the bush trying to collect some guppies. I've been meaning to collect some guppies for a few friends of mine, and I went out. I got a few. I got a nice about 40 guppies, but I literally just walked in the door. I've been rushing all day. Definitely behind. So at the moment I'm still just trying to I'm trying to get off my my wet shoes and my wet socks. Right now I feel kind of like Mr. Rogers, except I'm not singing a song and I'm not Mr. Rogers. Anyways, Honeybee, it's good to see you in here. Daryl Dimmer, what's up? Real thing for you. I did get your email. Thank you very much. And I am looking back in there. I got to find your address for sure. I feel like I lost that message that you sent me. It's a little frustrating. I haven't been able to find it. But it's good to see you guys. Daniel, how are you? Live Bear Fishman, what's up? Andy, how are you? Yeah, I'm just trying to get these wet socks and shoes off. I just came back from tromping around in the bush. Believe me, it is crazy out there. It is a lot thicker than I thought. A lot more overgrown. It is really overgrown. It's very, very difficult to get through some of that stuff. Today was pretty rough. I definitely got a lot of what we call catch and keep, which is like a bush that has thorns on it. You get caught on it when you're crawling through the bush. That was pretty rough. And then we also have a lot of stinging nettle, and the stinging nettle is pretty intense too. I definitely got it all over my arms, and no, it is what it is. But I should have brought my machete. I needed it today for sure, so I had to back out of a couple of spots and get back up into the hillside and make my way farther down the gut. And I kept trying to get down into the gut. It was pretty tough, but I filmed as much as I could, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that out this week. And I do have my video on EM erythromycin coming out this week for sure. I kind of had the house to myself for a week, so been tearing it apart. I got fish tank stuff everywhere. I just set up a new rack of tanks. I got 3 10-gallon tanks on there. I have a 4th one that's already been set up somewhere else that's going to make it to there. So that tank, that rack, that shelving unit is going to hold 4 10-gallon aquariums right now, and then I'm also going to add a few more, but I'm not going to put too much weight on it. It's a wire rack, but it's definitely another place for me to organize some of my stuff more. Just definitely trying to streamline all of my fish keeping stuff. Look at what I have and get rid of things that I don't need, and just really streamline it, make it tight and organized and stuff like that. I think as you go along in the hobby, you definitely have to do that. But the bacteria, I've definitely been doing water changes, and I'm trying not to put anything too crazy in there. Someone else has mentioned trying tetracycline. So tetracycline is the next thing on the list. I've tried erythromycin. I've tried using hydrogen peroxide, and I've also I have a UV light in there, and I've tried doing heavy amounts of water changes, and I've also tried to take it back a notch and do not so heavy water changes. And I've tried a few different things, but I've definitely given some time in between just to kind of observe and watch as things go along and see how it changes. Now, there was a lot of snails. Like I said, there was a huge outbreak of snails in that tank, and over the last 6 months they kind of disappeared. And I have noticed that the yellow King Kong Caridina shrimp in there are pretty aggressive, and they will attack and kill snails. So I really do believe that this bacteria bloom is going to balance itself out soon enough, now that the snail population has pretty much been completely wiped out by the shrimp. But I think it's just half-eaten snails in there that were feeding the bacteria and feeding that bacteria bloom. I've never had anything like this before in my life, and nothing this aggressive. I've had green water, algae blooms. That's one thing that's pretty easy to take care of. But a serious aggressive bacteria, like a heterotrophic bacteria outbreak, can be pretty tough to stop once it kind of takes over all of the oxygen, and it makes it really hard for other bacteria to kind of balance it out. Anyways, KG Cichlid, that's good to see you in here. Yes, definitely, it is much more clear and crisp. I am rolling with a nicer camera. I have my I'm using my full-scale camera here, my Sony a6500, as a webcam with a really nice piece of software made by Elgato called Camlink, Elgato Camlink. So that's helping me out. Definitely changing it up a little bit. I've been working on building things up a little bit, but slowly, but just trying to keep focus, honestly, to the hobby. You know, that's what I'm here for. That's why I'm doing all this. Is I just wanted to share and give back so many years of getting knowledge from other people on YouTube, and not just in the fish keeping niche. Just you know, whenever you're trying to fix something or make something work, you know, you can definitely go to YouTube and probably find a couple of options. So I just feel like you know, eventually it was my time to give back, and this is a very strong passion of mine, and it seemed like the perfect place for me to be, and it turned out to be a really beautiful community of seriously positive and just good people. There's a lot of drama, a lot of negativity on YouTube, on YouTube's platform, but when it comes to this fish keeping community, it is really, really powerful. And like I've said before, I feel like it's been that way always. You know, the fish keeping community before the internet, the fish keeping community was a very positive community that kind of helped each other out, trying to, you know, it's all about keeping the fish alive, you know. So it's a very selfless kind of act when you're caring for animals and stuff. So I just think it's always been a good, positive community, but definitely here on YouTube. Let's see. I'm getting excited, Daryl Dimmer. I'm really ready for the aquatic experience. It's going to be a lot of fun. KG, I will see you there as well. As far as I know, I saw you on the list. Hope everybody is working on their hype videos. Everybody that's going to be there. Science Gal Aquatics. It's good to see you. It's been a while. It's really nice to see you here in the stream. But yeah, I literally am just walking in the door. I actually have some fish that I need to put away. They're still here in the bag. I'll let you guys get a glimpse of these as long as it's not. I got a towel here. I'll make sure I want to make sure I don't drip anything on my soundboard or anything like that. I don't know how the audio is coming in. If it's coming in with a lot of echo, I should be using. Yeah, I'm on the right microphone. I don't know. I rushed to get on here, so I don't know. Stuff happens, right? So these are a local strain of guppies. This is let me make sure I get all the little water drops off of the bag so they don't drip anything on my soundboard. And just clean up the bag so maybe you can see something with the camera here. It's not on autofocus, so I'm not gonna be able to put it up really close and get it focused. I might try to, actually. Let's see if I can get it on autofocus. Now this is a local strain of guppy, and you're not going to see the colors too good here right now, but there's a lot of orange, and there are black dots, and a lot of times when there is a black dot on these guppies, it is surrounded by a ring of metallic, and there's definitely, they do show signs of green. The green is usually in the tail, as you would find on an Endler. There's that green spot right before the tail. That is visible on some of the males as well. And then I do see purples every once in a while. There's definitely purple on some of them. Some of the males, but they're a nice little guppy. They're very hardy, and I find them all over the place in certain guts. And then there's other guts where you don't find any guppies. You find the mountain mullet fish and a lot more crustacean, invertebrates like microbrachiums, different kinds of invertebrates, different shrimp and stuff like that. But those are those guys there. They're really awesome. These fish specifically, these are going out to a good friend of mine. These are going out to Greg Jones from My Aquarium Box. He's also going to be at the Aquatic Experience. There'll be a booth there for the My Aquarium Box. And I am actually an affiliate of them. They're good people. Greg Jones and Mike from Mass Aquariums are really good people, and I really do think that that is a good product. I don't really support anything that I don't truly believe in, and I love the My Aquarium Box. It's like a Christmas present every month, and I just really enjoy getting it. And they put a lot of hard work into it. So that's pretty much the only thing I've ever supported or an affiliate of so far on my channel, and I'm very picky about things that I'll put my name on or support. But if you're not a member of the My Aquarium Box, if you're interested in it, I'll do one quick little spot for him. I do have an affiliate code. It's MABJH, and that is that'll get you 5% off, or I think it's $5 off your first My Aquarium Box. They have a freshwater box, saltwater box. They also have hardscape they sell, and they have lots of different fish food products as well of their own, and even like they have active carbon. They've got all kinds of good stuff. I really do enjoy the My Aquarium Box, but no more commercial stuff. I'm not really trying to do that. But these are going out to Greg Jones. He's been begging for a colony of these local wild guppies for probably a year now. At least 6 months he's been asking for some of these guppies. I also have been having, I've got two other people. I've got Peck Tech, who also has a channel here on YouTube, and then Rack from River Life. They've also really been begging me for a colony of these guppies, and I definitely am looking forward to sending them out a colony as well. Now, what I'm going to do with these, after I get off of my live stream today, I'm going to go ahead and temperature acclimate these in the tank that I have in the other room where they're going to be going into. Now, the plan is, the first goal here is I'm going to give them some salt. So I'll probably do a little bit of a drip acclimation in a bucket with some really clean water that I have, some RODI water, and I'm going to do a drip acclimation with them into that bucket, and I'm going to add a little bit of marine salt. So they'll get like a salt dip, but it's not going to be super strong. It's just really to kind of like slough off any kind of parasites or things that they might have on the outside of their body. So they'll get that salt bath, and I'll probably do that for about 12 hours. I might just go ahead and leave them in that bucket overnight with a little bit of marine salt, and then tomorrow they'll make it into the tank. Now, once they get into the aquarium that they're going into, I will start treating them with medication. I'll definitely give them like a day or two to just to kind of eat them some flake food dust and stuff like that, and just get some food into their body and get them happy with some food and comfortable in the tank. And then I'm going to start medicating them, and I'll go ahead and do the trio. I'm going to go ahead and do the the infamous trio, but to me it's more of a quadro. Like, I really like to get that aquarium salt in there, marine salt, not aquarium salt. I really like to get that marine salt in there when I do the other medications as well. So I'll add a little bit of salt there as well in that aquarium, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the EM erythromycin. I'll do General Cure, which is metronidazole, and praziquantel, and then I'm going to do a little bit of ICX as well, and I'll treat them like that for like a week or two. They'll probably just stay quarantined like that with those medications until I return from the Aquatic Experience, and then at the end of this month, there'll be water changes between those weekly doses that I'm going to do. At the end of the month, I will treat them with levamisole, and that's just a really powerful dewormer that I like to use. So they'll get the levamisole in the end by itself. I don't want to combine that medication with any other medications, and we'll just get them. We'll get them nice and clean and nice and healthy. That's really the goal. Get them clean and healthy, and then I will send them out to Greg Jones. I don't like the idea of sending out fish that are not healthy or that are questionable. I mean, it's one thing to go collect them from the wild and be bringing them home to your fish room to deal with them, but I don't want to be giving somebody else a wild fish, and I don't know what I'm sending across the country. What's in that bag, So I'll do what I can to medicate these fish, quarantine them, deworm them, I get rid of all the parasites I can and any kind of possible skin funguses or any kind of body slimes, you know, stuff like that. Let me go ahead and put these in the other room in this, you know, into the tank. I'm going to leave them in the bag. I'm just going to float them and let them temperature acclimate for a little bit until after the live stream. Ha! All right, cool. Those are going to be nice. Greg Jones is really going to love those. So, yeah, I'm really happy that my stream is a little bit cleaner and running a little smoother. I'm doing about 7 megabytes upload right now, it looks like. And I'm not showing any dropped frames, which is pretty insane. I think that my... Ashley, it's good to see you in here. I just saw you in here. I'm sorry. Carbon Really, Simply Fish Life. What's up? How are you? Nick's Fish Room. Daniel, I did say hi to you already. Tropical Fish Craze, how are you? Yeah, so no, I'm really stoked. I'm really stoked to be, you know, a little bit more crystal clear here, and it definitely makes me a little bit more comfortable when I don't really have to stress out about the stream. I should pull this off of autofocus again, so that I don't have to worry about it focusing on the fish tanks behind me instead. Anyways, yeah, one thing I've noticed about my about my chat box on the Streamlabs OBS is it doesn't really seem to it doesn't really seem to show up at all. I have to do a pop-out chat. Fish Keeping Jamaica, Raleigh, how are you? I missed your stream. I really just walked in the door. I was out collecting some local wild guppies, sending them out to a good friend of mine, Greg Jones, over at My Aquarium Box. I really like. I know I keep saying it, but it's just about. It's a matter of time and money. But I really need to get over to Jamaica. I've looked at flights. They're like $350. That's really reasonable for me. I just like to come over for the weekend or something. I'll even camp out in a tent. I'm totally cool with that. I just like to come check out some of the fish that you guys have there in the wild. I know that there's been some fish in Jamaica that were released by man. You know, there's a lot. They went through a process there in Jamaica where they were doing ornamental fish farming. The government was sponsoring it and giving people grants to do ornamental fish farming. But in that process, there was a lot of ornamental fish that made it out into the wild. So if you watch Fish Keeping Jamaica's channel, you'll see that you know, he can go out and find Jack Dempsey, and things like that, and even mollies and stuff, and they're not even they're not technically indigenous to that area. They were definitely brought in there by man at one point or the other. But I definitely need to make my way over there soon. I have a friend in St. Croix that wants me to come and visit his land. He says that he's got black mollies, black wild mollies there as well, and obviously they were probably brought there by somebody at one point. Daryl Dimmer, how are you? Jesse, what's up? HC Aqua, how are you, man? It's good to see you in here all the way from Hawaii. So yeah, anybody that just got in here, the Cove, how are you? I just walked in the door. My pants are all wet. I'm covered in little prickers and stuff like that. Definitely got chewed up. Lots of stinging nettle. And lots of catch and keep, which is like a vine that has little thorns on it. And they'll stick into you, but the thorns will break off of the plant, and the thorns will stay in you. And if you don't get them out, it'll pus up on you. It'll get infected. It's pretty rough. Live Bear Fishman, what's up? South Africa, very cool. I have a good friend of mine that's lives here. That's from Cape Town. And he's been living here on the island. A good friend of mine I'd known for many years. I was just at his house, actually. I stopped by to say hi to him on my way down into the gut, into what we call the gut. It's like a little streams and stuff. But I had a really difficult time getting through the woods. I really needed a machete or a chainsaw. You know, there's a lot of trees that are still down from the hurricanes. So a lot of debris and a lot of dead trees, and to walk through the woods right now, to walk through the bush as we call it here, it is not that easy. It is really, I was definitely cussing a little bit when the camera wasn't on. I definitely got a little beat up for sure. KG Cichlid, let's see those legs. Oh yeah. Oh, in that bag too, I didn't get a chance to show you guys. There is a little shrimp in there. It's a ghost shrimp as far as I know. I'm not really into putting like crayfish and stuff into my tanks because I have seen so many people do that and have them like pick on the fish while the fish are sleeping at night, and I'm just not looking to make some kind of invasive situation between different species. Like it's just not right to do that to fish. It's kind of inhumane, I think. So I'm really not into putting this this shrimp in because it does have little pinchers on it. I think it's actually just a baby, but it is more of a crayfish, and will definitely grow up very quickly to be a crayfish. I don't know what I'm going to do with him. I'm probably going to re-release him. I do have a tank, you know, a quarantine. I'll put him in the quarantine tank with the guppies for now. I might put him into my tank with my local fish. I do have my own colony of local guppies in my paludarium here right behind me, and I might go ahead and put him in there with them, but I'm not sure. I really, like I said, I'm not about like just bringing something in to bring it into my house. That's why I only have one little colony of local wild guppies and nothing else. I'm not looking at bringing fish and putting them into the tank so that they can eat each other and stuff. It's not really nice to do that to them. Let's see. Right, some crayfish for the puffer. I'm looking at catching some of these little ghost shrimp that we have here, and I would really like to start breeding the ghost shrimp in captivity. Get a nice little colony of those, and I might sell those, like some F1, F2 generations of these little ghost shrimp. I probably won't mess with the crayfish because they're just kind of dirty and kind of big, and they're really aggressive. You can't really keep them in a tank with each other. They really like they're very territorial of their own little personal space. I do have a friend of mine that is at the university. They actually did their thesis on all of the microbrachiums, all of the invertebrates here in the islands here, and they're pretty aggressive. Usually if you find a little pool of water, you're gonna find like one large crayfish, one large black crayfish with like long blue claws, and that's like the alpha in that pool of water. And if another crayfish comes in there, they will literally kill each other. They will attack each other and fight for that space. So it's not something where you can like have a whole bunch of these in one aquarium and breed them out. You pretty much would probably want to like breed them out in pairs, have a male and a female, and have them nesting in a tank by themselves, and then remove all of their babies when they're, while they're still small. But I'm not into doing crayfish, but I would definitely breed out a colony of these ghost shrimp because they don't get any longer than about 2 inches, and they're they're like a little Amano shrimp. But yeah, Daryl, I'm definitely looking forward to the aquatic experience. There's so many people that I would really like to see there that I just wish I had the money. I would pay their way to get them there just so that I could to meet them and hang out for the weekend. The aquatic experience coming up in about 2 weeks. It's going to be the weekend of the 19th to the 21st. I don't want to talk about it too much. I do have a video coming out specifically on the aquatic experience, but it is a pretty epic fish keeping convention. There's other conventions, I have to say, that are like better in different ways in regards to fish and like room sales and stuff like that. But when it comes to the YouTube community, it's definitely the best show for that. There's gonna be, at this point, we're looking at about 33 plus YouTubers that are gonna be attending, that are actually confirmed and attending, and will be part of the YouTube booth, or what we are calling the FishTube booth. It's the unofficial YouTube booth of the aquatic experience, and it's gonna be fun. Last year was a lot of fun, and I can't even imagine this year. I know that the first night we kind of all have agreed on eating at I think it's gonna be Buffalo Wild Wings, which is like, I lived in the Caribbean for so long. Like, I'm so far removed from like fast food chains and stuff. Like, I know of them, I know what it is, but I think maybe only once in my whole life have I been in a Buffalo Wild Wings. But I did call the manager yesterday of the one that's there by the convention center, and just trying to give him a heads up that on the 19th of October, there's going to be a very large group of people showing up that evening. And he said that, if we get in there early enough, we're going to be fine. But the place only seats 200, and there are probably going to be easy like 80 people. Now, if we're looking at 33 plus YouTubers and then their significant others, you're looking at about 66 at least, maybe. Like, so say there's 66 people that are YouTubers that want to go out and like eat dinner together. We might not all end up out there. And then you have other people that are just kind of like fans and whatnot, that are going to want to tag along and come to dinner that night and come and hang out. Then there's also the other people in the community that are not content creators, that are part of the community. People like Daryl Dimmer. There's a lot of people out there that are part of the community and support the community, but they actually don't even have a tank right now, or they don't make they're not active in making content on YouTube. But they're definitely part of the Fish family and part of the YouTube community. And so there's going to be a lot of people. Like, I'm expecting like 80 people to show up to to Buffalo Wild Wings on Friday night after the convention. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. They said they do have a heated outdoor patio, so we'll see what's up with that. I don't know who I have in here for mods. I don't know if Ashley is still in here. I don't know if she can post out some links for me, because I'm not good at typing right now. But I do have, I'm not. Oh, Pat Suddix, how are you? What's up? Daryl Dimmer. You said, oh, you're talking to him. Okay. I was looking at. Yeah, I know. Even without YouTube, the place is going to be packed, especially the Friday and the Saturday. The place is going to be packed. Science Gal Aquatics, definitely look forward to seeing you next year. Ashley Claire cut her finger. She's down a digit, but I think she can still type. But yeah, just for some of you that are not my Patreons, I want to say that I really do support everyone out there that are Patreons and patrons of my channel. It does mean a lot to me. I kind of like, it all goes right back into it. It's gonna be the money that I get from that this month. It will all go into feeding myself during the aquatic experience. 47 people in here? Are you serious? That is crazy. I thought there was that's probably like a record for me. Probably. I'm trying to pop up some things in here if I can. Oh, there you go. That looks cool. What else was I gonna put in here? That's it. That works for me. Bam. So that's my Patreon anyways, if anybody's interested in that. But I think I have lost a few Patreons due to not creating the hashtag FishFamNews, which is something that I really enjoyed doing, but I was putting a lot of time into it, and it was only getting like 200, 300, 400 views, and it's not all about that. But definitely, like, if honestly, I like going out in the bush. I like going out and collecting wild fish, and whenever I can get a chance to go out into the wild and play out in the bush and find wild aquatic creatures and stuff like that, that's what I want to be doing. And if I make a video like that and that gets me like 3 times as many views as doing the news, I'm going to find myself wanting to do that more. But I have held back on the news, trying to recreate it in a much more enjoyable way, something that I feel like I would want to watch. Like, I guess I was kind of getting bored with what I was doing, and I felt like I was repetitive. But I wanted to change that up a little bit. I wanted to make it something that I would want to watch, something where I know that I'm going to get something out of it. I watch all these videos anyways on YouTube. I see everybody's content because it's just something that I do on the weekends when I have some free time. But I'm kicking it up a notch. I'm working on it, and it's going to be coming out on Mondays from now on. It'll be out tomorrow on Monday. I didn't do it today just because I miss a lot of stuff over the weekends, that's for sure. A lot of content creators like me, we have full-time jobs. We're working Monday through Friday, and Saturday and Friday evening, Saturday and Sunday are the days that we have to edit content, upload it, make our thumbnails, do our whole thing, and get it out on YouTube. So what I've noticed is I've lost a lot of content. Like I miss out on content if I put out the news on Sunday, because if I do the news on Sunday, it means I probably filmed it on a Saturday evening or whatnot, and I've collected the content up until then. So I'm missing a lot of that stuff from Saturday and Sunday. So for now on, the news will come out on Monday morning. And it gives me my Sunday, which is my whole full day off to batch film and to film content and stuff like that. That'll be the perfect schedule for me as well. So that's how it's going to go. And I'm definitely incorporating a couple different things. Now remember, like the news is going to change every week because I'm evolving it a little bit here. So this week, tomorrow there'll definitely be some world fish keeping news, aquarium news, stuff going on around the world that I've researched and found. It's definitely going to take me a little bit more work, but I enjoy it because I want to read up on these topics as well. I found some really cool websites that I can share with you guys. I've been learning a lot about the hobby and the industry and stuff like that. So I want to share that with you. And then I've also been trying to take the time to like find new products, stuff that's like just hot new products in the industry, different filtration systems, lighting, stuff that's new that I can share with you guys. And like I said, I'm enjoying it too. I'm finding this stuff. I'm finding some cool new lights and just different things. So just look forward to that. It's going to change up, and it will be out tomorrow, and you'll be able to check that out. And I'm going to do it. I'm also trying to make it where it's easier for me to film it, because that makes it smoother and makes it easier for me to create. To me, it's more about the information, the knowledge. So I'm probably not going to be setting up a big stage and sitting at a reporter's desk. I'll probably be doing the news right here in front of my computer, kind of this style and in this angle, and it'll just give me the opportunity to be on my OBS and to look at these websites and actually share them with you, like do screenshots and share these actual websites and these videos with you, and we can preview them and watch them together and all that kind of stuff. I definitely like to film the news rather than do a live stream. A lot of people have said they're not into the live stream kind of news. I thought that might be fun because then we can all talk about it together and go over it, but it probably would just distract me and get me distracted and have me going off on tangents and stuff. So I prefer to keep the news a streamlined kind of piece of video, about 10-11 minutes, where I can just kind of give you your information, share it with you, and then you can go check out those websites and go deeper into those articles, or check out those products on your own in your own time. So that's kind of the idea. Yeah, Ashley, thanks a lot. Yeah. Raleigh, it's good to see that you're still in here. I know I wish I would. I'm gonna go back and watch your stream, because we did a really cool stream about whether or not you're doing the hobby for for the love of it or for the money, especially here on YouTube, and that is really important. I've definitely come full circle with that, and things like the aquatic experience definitely change your perspective on the hobby and on content creation here on YouTube. And one thing that always gets me, and is going to get me pretty hard when I'm there, the aquatic experience, is all the young people, all the youth, all the next generation. And when I went last year, it definitely hit me pretty hard. Like, I don't know why, but I got a little emotional. I'm just seeing all these little kids that are just so into it, and just realizing that they're the next generation. Like, this is so super important. And it just reminded me why I'm doing what I'm doing on YouTube. And that it is not, it's not like all about money. It's not about trying to just some get rich quick thing. That's for sure. The fish keeping hobby is like, it's a lifestyle. It's a long term thing here. It's a way of life for me. I will always have fish tanks until I die. And but it is really important to share this stuff with the next generation, and it's really important to not just make a video and say, oh, I know what I'm talking about and this is how to do it. Like, but not knowing what you're talking about and steering some young people the wrong way. Like, I know that there's young people, 9, 10, 11 years old that are watching my videos on YouTube, and if I make a video about medication, how to treat a sick fish, or how to set up a certain kind of tank, like, I realize that there's a responsibility there to know what I'm talking about, because it's more about continuing the hobby and spreading the knowledge and passing it on, but not just trying to it's not about making a dime, and that's definitely not what it is for me, especially if anybody out here, that there's other people in here that are YouTubers as well and are content creators that I see here in the chat, like D from Down the Wormhole. It's good to see you in here, and I know that she knows as well that it's it's not about the money, because unless you have your own website, unless you have products for sale, you're not going to get rich on YouTube. That's just a fact. It's going to take a long time for that to happen. Valley Fish, is good to see you in here. Raccoon Creek Aquatics, what is up? It's good to see you in here. I totally wish you were at AU as well. Heather Nielsen, it's so good to see you in here. One of my my faithful Patreon supporters. So good to see you in here. Let's see. Kind of looking for questions. I'm just chilling out here. I'm really kind of still wet. My pants are really wet from stomping around in the gut today. Teresa Cookie, it's a long time since I've seen you. I haven't seen you over in Big Easy's chat. I do have some stuff. I do have some swag, some T-shirts available over at Teespring, if anybody's interested in that. I do have a hashtag FishFam News T-shirt. I really wanted to get some of those sent to me. I was trying to have some printed and sent to me, but Teespring takes a little bit, so I'm not going to try to order them right now, but I wanted to have a hashtag FishFam News T-shirt for the aquatic experience this year, and I'm kind of bummed about that. But I have my hashtag FishFam News T-shirt, and then I also have my original JH Aquatics T-shirt, which I don't know where it's at. I don't have one around here right now. Well, I have one, but I've got one sealed up in a box right here. I don't even know who it's for. It's not for anybody. It's a medium. I got a medium hashtag FishFam News T-shirt. If you want a medium shirt and you want it faster than from Teespring, I do have one right here. I can send out to you. You can contact me on my Facebook page or whatever if you're really into that. I ordered some shirts and I had an extra medium, and I just threw it into a flat rate box. With some stickers and stuff. There's some stickers in there. I'm definitely going to be taking all my stickers with me as well. So if you're at the aquatic experience and you want some stickers, I don't know. Stickers seem to be hot these days. But I do have my couple different ones. I've got my hashtag FishFam News sticker, and then my JH Aquatics sticker. And then I have another sticker with my logo. So I have 3 different ones available. Oh, Daryl Dimmer, you got a T-shirt? Well, you should have said something. I'd just bring you one. I'd bring you one. I would have ordered some and brought you one with me for you. Let's see. Desert Bloom Betas, how are you? Welcome to the stream. I did see you in here. That reminds me, I'm kind of getting this itch for some beta fish. I just am, because I'm in the perfect climate for it, and I could breed those things like crazy. But I want some good quality betas. I don't want to start with like fish store betas. I'd like to go, if I'm gonna do it. It's kind of supposedly so easy to breed betas. I do like the parameters that I would need for betas. Like, I'm good with those kind of like high tannin biotopes and stuff, blackwater biotopes and stuff. But I think I'm gonna go with something maybe like Twin City Guppies. He's got some cool stuff. I'll see him there at the aquatic experience. I'll try to talk him into hooking me up with some really, really clean beta fish. So and start out doing some of that. So you might see some beta fish here in the future. I definitely look forward to that. Oh boy. So, and keep an eye out for the content. I know there's going to be a lot of us putting out content on the aquatic experience. I might go live, I might not. Depends upon the cell phone service. I do have a little bit of a nicer phone this year, so I'll have to see how that goes. But I probably do 1 or 2 little live streams between Instagram and Facebook. I'll probably do at least 1 live stream on each of those platforms. But I am going to be in there late night on Thursday night. I am a sucker for hanging out in the convention hall while they're still setting up. Like, some of my most favorite moments at these kind of conventions is the whole setup, all the behind the scenes stuff that happens like the night before, and all the booths getting set up. I want to help out Rob over at Flip Aquatics. I want to help him set up his booth and help set up the YouTube booth, as well as help Greg Jones with the My Aquarium Box booth. So there's a few people, and also Lucas Bretz is going to be right there in that little group as well. So we're all friends, and I'm definitely going to help out anybody in that area that evening that needs help setting up their booth. We're all going to, like I said, we're all pretty much going to be in the same small area of the convention. I think Dustin's Fish Tanks as well will be right there. It'll be like Lucas Bretz, Dustin. There's be a YouTube booth. I haven't looked at the map yet, so I'm not completely sure. I need to check out that map. And then there's going to be Rob from Flip Aquatics with his booth. So we'll see how it goes. But I love that time in the beginning of the convention. Like, everything's getting set up. People are prepping tanks, escaping tanks, adding fish to the tanks, getting everything just right. Tons and tons of water being made back in the back. And then the other favorite time for me is like the last day after the convention hall is closed to the public and everybody's kind of kicked out. There's going to be all the exhibitors tearing down their tanks. There's going to be so many plants that are going to be given away. There's going to be fish tanks that are given away. All kinds of people trading stuff, bartering things. Oh, it's just a madhouse. It is a crazy madhouse. The energy is so cool. I might just have to make a video just on that, like scavenging in garbage cans for live plants. Like, I saw this one garbage can last year. There was these 2 older women. They're part of from some fish club. I think they're part of some cichlid association or something. And me and these 2 other older women were all kind of like fighting, not fighting, but pushing and shoving at a garbage can, I guess. Not even pushing and fighting, I don't know, but there was definitely an aggressive, like, ooh, I want that. No, ooh, I want that. No, wait a minute, I'm taking that. Like, out of a garbage can, like plants. Crazy. It was crazy. So I am taking checked baggage this year, and I'm going to lightly pack some clothes in there, and I plan on filling all of my spaces available with plants and just pray that Customs leaves me alone. They didn't bother me last year. I had all kinds of tissue cultures and lots of plants in plastic bags. So nothing was taken, nothing was confiscated from me last year. So I don't think it'll be a problem, especially if I if I label them and I put price tags on them. It'll show that I've purchased them, that they came from like a reputable source or something. Maybe I'll just like attach some business cards and just let it be shown that it's an actual product, that I didn't like just go out into the wild and collect these, because I think that's what they're more worried about. So anyways, I'm really pumped about the aquatic experience. It's really hard to not think about it or talk about it, especially when I'm in a live stream with other fish keepers. Well, what time is it now? It's almost 3 o'clock. Almost 3 o'clock. I almost didn't do this stream today because I didn't think I was going to make it home in time, and I didn't want to make those fish wait. And I didn't want to come in too late and just kind of be late or whatever. But it all worked out. The fish are acclimating in the other room. If you guys didn't see that, you can rewatch the stream. But I did collect some local wild guppies today while I was out in the bush, in the gut. They're going out to Greg Jones. I was tempted to put them into my luggage and just bring them to the aquatic experience, but I didn't want to put him in that situation because he's got a lot of other things to worry about. I didn't want to I didn't want to go ahead and bring them into the bring them to the aquatic experience and have him have to take care of them or something. So they need the quarantine time anyways. I'm probably gonna give them a good solid 4 weeks of quarantine before I ship them off to him, and get them past meds and give them a week of fresh water and just fatten them up. And then I won't feed them for like 3 or 4 days, probably like 3 days, 2 or 3 days. I'll fast them, and then I'll bag them up and send them out to Greg Jones. But I should go ahead and probably make a video on that whole process too, just for the fun of it. It's a good video to make, just the whole process of quarantining wild fish, putting them through all of the steps, and then finally bagging them up and sending them out. Let's see. I don't know how to say it. Prathmesh. It's good to see you in here. I do watch your content, man, a lot. I've been watching your content for a while. He's out of India, and I definitely like to watch his content. Let's see. Filter Media. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I don't know if I mentioned you earlier. I did see you pop in here. I thought I said hi, but I didn't mean to ignore you at all. But I did see you pop in here about 5 or 10 minutes ago. It's good to see you here in the chat. I'm just taking advantage of having the house to myself for about a week. So pretty much just can keep the lights and cameras up and rolling. And keep the mic on the mic stand and ready to rock and roll. But I'm trying to pump out a bunch of content. I've been behind. I've been working 2 jobs to make up all the money I need to pay for the aquatic experience, and then make sure that I get that I'm okay when I get back and stuff like that. I do have to say that there has been some support and sponsors through the community that have definitely helping me to go to the aquatic experience. I will be honest about that. I won't necessarily say people's names, just out of respect for them, I guess. But there have been a few people within the community that have helped support me, and not just my Patreons. Definitely my Patreons are going to help me eat all that fast food in the airports and enjoy my Buffalo Wild Wings while I'm there in New Jersey. But so a few people that have helped me with some major funding, major parts, major costs involved in going to the aquatic experience in New Jersey, and I have to say thank you so much to you guys. You know who you are. So I'm definitely not spending what I would have to spend to go, and that means so much to me. It's just another example of how beautiful and how powerful this community is. A lot of good people here. A lot of good people. I don't know where the kitten's at. I'm sorry. There is a cat around here somewhere. There's a little baby chocolate Siamese somewhere in this house. That's a new addition to the house. There's a kitten, yes. Where? Come here. Where are you? What are you doing? Where's the stinky kitty? Where's the stinky kitty? Stinky kitty. She's sleeping somewhere, which is fine by me because she's a crazy little cat. She's all over the place usually. So, and Jasper's right here with me. Oh, there she is. She's over there playing in the light back there. What are you doing? Are you hanging out? Are you hanging out? You're hanging out on my light, aren't you? Did a hi. Say hi's. Meow meows. Say meow meows. This is Nova, the chocolate Siamese. Say hi, Nova. Say hi. Say hi, everybody at YouTube's. Hi, everybody at YouTube. Yeah, I was sleeping. She was sleeping on my light back there because it was nice and warm. Being a kitten, she was a rescue. She almost died. It was her and 2 other siblings that were found, I'm not sure where, like garbage can or something crazy like that. And her sister succumbed to bacterial infection, some kind of worms or something like that, and she didn't make it. And Nova here is about a little over 5 weeks. Not even really truly adoptable age, but she came from the animal care center and she needed to be fostered and cared for because she needs a lot of personal love. But you just spoiled already, huh? You just spoiled. She's already a spoiled kitty cat. Completely spoiled, but trained to a litter box already, which is super awesome. That was my big worry. Now I just gotta keep her out of my fish tanks, huh? You just gotta stay out of the fish tanks. You stay out of Daddy's fish tanks, huh? Child, you gotta stay out of Daddy's fish tanks. But she's really pretty, nice, beautiful blue eyes. She's not really like cross-eyed, but she has. I think she's mixed, but she has a lot of characteristics of the of a chocolate Siamese. But I don't think that she's completely full blood. But she's very, very strong chocolate Siamese. But she's just tiny. Just a tiny little kitty cat. Okay. You're okay. You'll just sit here in the laps, won't you? Okay. Anyways, there's the kitty cat for everybody that wanted to see the kitty cat. Yes. What's up, Pam? How are you? Good to see you here. Very nice to see you here. Miss Punchy. Miss Punchy in the house. Where you running to? You want to go run a ways? She's going to go run a ways. So, I'm really past my time. And some people have started to leave. But definitely some big changes going on in my fish room. I have a new rack set up. I'm going to put about 4 more tanks on there. Maybe. Not trying to make it too heavy. Not trying to make it too crazy heavy. But I have 3 10 gallons on it now. And I think most of that's going to end up being shrimp tanks. Just because I've kind of been hooked on some of my shrimp. My blue bolt shrimp are blowing up. I do want to separate split my colony of Yellow King Kong Caridina shrimp. I want to go ahead and pull out the nicest ones out of there and put them into a new tank, and then try to get the rest of them out and handle this bacteria bloom. I might just have to break this tank down. I'm not sure, but I'm not going to go crazy trying to fight it too hard anymore. It's been like 2+ months. Priscilla MK Arts, how are you? It's good to see you in here. You got a box coming in the mail soon enough as well. Dank Tanks has a box coming in the mail, and I sent Corey from the Aquarium Co-op one of my t-shirts. I also sent one over to Dean Tweedell, which is my 4,000th subscriber. So I have a t-shirt for him, and I sent some West Indian almond leaves and stuff, and I think a piece of hardscape as well that I managed to fit in the box that I sent over that way to Seattle. But Priscilla, you should probably be seeing your box this next week, about Monday or Tuesday. The box should get to you. There's going to be 100 West Indian almond leaves for Michael Trevino over there at Mile High Placos. What is it? Isn't it Mile High Placos or Mile High Guppies? I don't know. But Michael Trevino, I do have a box there for him. And then there's some cool stuff in there. I have some rocks and a piece of driftwood that I collected from Peru that you had asked for that's in that box. And I think if you can talk Michael into giving you, there's over 100 West Indian almond leaves, so Michael should give you a few of those West Indian almond leaves. You can fight with him or just take them. And then what else is in there? There's some rocks. There's a nice little collection of rocks that I stuck in there too that are local to the Virgin Islands. I labeled everything, so you should enjoy that box. It's really cool. Oh, let's see. Any other crazy questions? How do I get a box in the mail? Well, email me privately if you're interested in anything. You can check up with me on my on Joseph Harden on Facebook, or I have JH Aquatics on Facebook, and you can find me on Instagram, stuff like that. The links have been showing up here in the chat. Ashley's been posting some of that, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm working on a website right now of dried botanicals, mostly different kinds of dried leaves and driftwood. I have a nice little collection that I've made for myself of driftwood that I want to sell. So I'm definitely working on a website. I'm just trying to make sure that it's a sustainable kind of a website, and I really think it out before I do it, because I'm not about like just making something and then like creating a big mess for myself, but I want to make sure that it works well. So I'm definitely looking forward to eventually here, probably soon enough, going live with jhaquatics.com. And that's really going to be what, if anything, is where I make my money here anywhere, and keep myself sustained for the most part. The Patreon is really awesome. It definitely helps me keep the channel going. It helps me pay for my internet service, and it helps me helps feed me when I go on these trips to for you guys. I want you guys to actually get to see some of this stuff, and that works. But it would be really nice to actually be able to someday, 5 or 6 years down the road or whatever it might be, quit my day job and actually be able to make sell aquarium products and enjoy the hobby full time, and maybe get into breeding. But I don't definitely not looking forward to actually trying to sell livestock. But let's see here. Just looking for any other things. But yeah, filter media. Yeah, give me a shout out somewhere on Facebook or on Instagram, and see what I can help you out with there. See if you're interested in any kind of hardscape driftwood, dried botanicals. I have mango leaves. I have West Indian almond leaves, bay leaf, like West Indian bay leaf, and I'm going to be doing banana palm leaf, which shrimp really like banana palm frond. They really go for that, and they'll just, once it softens up in the water and the tannins are released, they just chow on it like it'll be gone in a week. But I really like to give that to my shrimp. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'm gonna probably get on out of here. I've definitely gone over my mark. Pretty much. I'm kind of actually right there, because I started about 2:15. I was going to go at 2:30, so it's about 3:12. So I guess I will hang out for about 3 more minutes. If there's any like crazy questions that anybody has in regards to like me catching fish or anything like that, I will make a little bit of a video. There's a video coming out on me collecting these local wild guppies today, and you guys will be able to check that out this week. Probably Wednesday or Thursday I will post that video. It'll probably come out on Thursday. Tomorrow I will have the hashtag FishFam news, and definitely on Wednesday I will be sharing with you guys my my video on EM erythromycin, which is one of my favorite antibacterial medications that I like to give to my fish. So, with all that being said, yes, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you to all of you that like, comment, and share my content. It means the world to me. Thank you to all of my Patreons out there. If you are going to be at the Aquatic Experience, I definitely look forward to seeing you there. It is going to be so much fun. Definitely an epic experience. Mile High Placas, you made it just in time for me to end the chat. You got leaves in the mail. You got stuff coming to you. It's all going to Priscilla. Hopefully, she gives you some of those 100+ West Indian almond leaves. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed to this content, you like it, and you want to see more of it, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that bell icon for all notifications, because I kind of go live at a spur of the moment sometimes, and it's the only way you're going to know that I'm live. So that being all said, yes, I'm going to get out of here. And remember, guys, keep your tanks clean, your fish fed, and have fun.